go.
All right, we're fucking back.
We are indeed.
Jesus Christ, we're back.
Yes.
Okay.
And we've brought more people, as you can tell.
Yes, our staff has gotten bigger. Yes.
Yeah. We've
Sully
abandoned
jokes.
quality. We've just gone for quantity.
So in this episode, we're going to cover a couple of things. We got a non-alcoholic right here. We'll circle back, and an ale because it's going to be dry January.
And equally disappointing.
And we're also going to talk about some of the new trends that going around right now with belt drives.
Not just for your dad beating you with them anymore.
Yeah, I know they've been around for a while, but it seems to be the hot topic, and we'll talk about why and everything soon enough.
Okay.
Cool.
So what are you drinking here today, boys? Oh wait, let's introduce everybody.
Okay.
We got Raging Jackhammer here, Mr. RJ. I'm Karl, the hostess of the mostest.
The hostess with the leastest. Ryan.
Ryan off.
Yep, Ryoff.
And Los. So here we are at Bikes and Brews.
He actually used to be a part of the band Los Lonely Boys.
Yes.
No
or
longer.
Los Lobos.
Correct, yes.
No, Los
Yes.
Lobos still.
Now he's just lonely.
I think that's
Completely factual.
I think that's a racism.
I don't
Did
think
we
so.
just? I think
Long
we
as
did a
you're right.
racism.
I commented on your name, not your ethnicity.
Totally.
Just
Please don't
two
try
bands.
and play the...
I think you're
bands.
racist because you don't want to be part of Los Lobos.
Actually, Los Lobos is great. Los Lonely Boys probably a little less. But
How far is heaven?
Wow, you know actual song from the.
That's the only song anyone knows from Los Lonely
it's the only
Boys.
one they ever had. I'm
Says
pretty
the guy
sure.
that's like 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
I
heard
think
it.
that came out in my lifetime.
No, it didn't. All right.
Oh, Lord, can
We're
you
going to
tell?
start with this red guy right here. This is the Red Trolley Ale by Karl Strauss.
Yeah, we went real classic with this one because as we've been trying to do is find a beer that that Ryan's gonna like.
He's going
And
to love this.
That's what I thought. Like, what's a tasty classic? Obviously, he doesn't like the IPAs. Obviously, likes something a little
Trolley.
bit a little
He's
bit.
not going to
fruity.
like this.
I don't know. I think he may. I think he
he
may
will.
try to like this.
I caught it. In my pit.
So, as everyone knows, this is from Karl Strauss, down in San Diego.
Not
and,
Karl. This
one of the.
I did not know Karl Strauss was originally from San Diego.
Oh, really?
I did not know that.
And
There's a mission down there also.
yeah, one of the original
Wow, that looks gross.
craft brew
You're not gonna like this.
people. Now I'm pretty sure it's owned by like Anheuser-Busch or something.
Like every other one.
Every other
yeah. But nevertheless, the Red Trolley Ale. Here we go.
Okay, well. Oh, wow.
Did that
almost
hit the
got it.
camera?
That,
Close.
that could be expensive.
That might hit a UV filter.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Safety first, children.
Safety
Okay. Give that a whirl. I'll be having.
He's good. He's
No, I'm good. I'm gonna have
He's
have
the
mine.
Oh,
non-alcoholic
it's the non-alcohol. Sorry.
So y'all try that and see what you think.
It doesn't smell horrible, but I'm not encouraged by this by the looks.
it smells malty.
You don't like brown? What's wrong with brown?
That's fucking awful.
Oh, come on!
That is not good.
Come on!
That is horrendous. Oh my god, it gets
All right, well, we'll talk about it in a second while you enjoy the quaff.
it
of
gets worse. There's
We
no
just ate dinner, and I have a piece of meat in my tooth right now. A lamb.
Okay. Does it help or
How's it pair?
yeah?
I think it pairs. Whoa. That's a weird one.
Maybe it doesn't pair.
I don't
RJ?
God, this oh.
That's what I did my first sip. Yeah. Because I'm trying to figure out what that's all about.
I'm trying to like it, but it's not getting there.
That's
I
literally
don't, but at the same time, I don't hate it. It doesn't bum me out.
Yeah, it's a red ale.
It's really caramelly.
Yeah, very okay. A lot of caramel,
A lot of caramel.
or caramel, depending on how you say it.
one way's wrong.
It's kind of flat.
It's not real.
No,
This-
seriously. Like
this-
What is? Why is it that every
There's
time
no
I
head on it because the
Why-
head went gone in like 5 seconds.
why is it that every time I bring a beer, it's always flat? What is happening?
Because you put it in your.
It's
back
not
of your
flat.
car.
There's
On the back of my truck, that's bouncing up and down,
Totally.
gassing it out. Okay.
I try and take no, it just keeps getting worse. I thought Slap and Tickle was bad.
Oh wow!
This is making me queasy.
Oh wow!
Whoa.
Okay.
Whoa.
I I'm actually really bummed that I sat next to you today because
No.
if
Alright.
you're gonna yak,
No, I'm not.
Guessing percentage by alcohol volume.
I already saw it. Sorry.
well, guess anyway.
I don't give a shit.
He doesn't have any.
That's
final.
just
He has
foul.
8.6. And I just looked at it, so I know what it is.
That has notes of urine.
This is 5.8% by alcohol / volume. So, okay, it's pretty standard. I don't mind it.
Shall we
It
grade
doesn't
it?
get me super excited. I'm not going to be like, I got to run and get some more of that, because that's like my thing.
If I tried running, I'd puke everywhere. That is.
Just in general, or with
I wonder
this
if
beer?
I'm allergic to this. This is.
You don't like anything, though.
Yeah, but
I
he
do like
likes this
things.
less. He likes this a lot less.
Yeah, no, I know what is. I might not know what is good, but I know what isn't.
All right, before this spirals out of control, let's give it a 1 in 10 for you, RJ, Mr. fucking loudmouth.
I'm gonna say a 4 on this one.
Whoa!
Holy shit! Me and RJ
That might
almost
be your
agree
low
on
bar
something.
right there.
This ain't it.
Why do you think? What don't you like about it?
I don't know. It's kind of flat and it's a little sweet and it's just it ain't doing it for me.
You say a little sweet. He would beg to differ. But
I don't-
anyways, that's your opinion. I think it is a little too sweet for my palate, and I have a sweet tooth.
What the fuck is
Interesting.
wrong with you?
You don't.
There's nothing sweet about that.
And the interesting part is that you love Belgians, and this is
No,
it's
it's
not.
not.
It's
No,
not a Belgian. I didn't say it was a Belgian.
Don't go there,
I didn't
don't go
say,
there.
but
There's
it
a trolley
was.
car
but
on
it's
not.
California.
It's a trolley car. There's no trolley cars like that, and there's no red trolley cars like that in Belgium.
You don't know.
He's been.
You don't. Did you look everywhere?
Yes. I did.
Okay.
Not all
well
white
then,
countries look
fine.
the same, Carlos.
So who's a racist one?
Who's a
now?
racist?
Well, I thought sweet, caramel, or caramel.
Thanks.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this a 6. I don't mind. Like, it doesn't bum me out.
Okay.
But I'm not like I gotta write this down and make sure I get more of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not even like a hot summer day.
I've had red
Hanging
ales
out.
before, and this isn't one that's like sharper or anything. Like, it's kind
Right,
of
that's
flat, and it tastes flat as well. Not only does it look flat, it looks like how it tastes. Yeah.
Okay. Seriously.
Ryan, on this Orion scale.
I've found something worse than slap and tickle. This
Whoa!
Wow.
smelling it makes me queasy.
Yeah.
The sip I took, like when I smelled it before, it wasn't offensive. I took one sip and then it just got worse. And then I'm like, maybe I need to give it another sip. By the time I brought it to my face, I just felt sick. I am genetically predisposed to hate whatever this is. And I do not understand how anybody... I don't know why they'd sell it. This is horrific.
So you're giving
That said,
it.
So you're saying you don't like it?
So it's not your favorite.
Yeah, no, definitely not my favorite. What did I give Slap and Tickle?
2.
All right.
No,
I
you
have to-
did give it a 2.
This is a 1.
Wow.
This is a 1.
It's
there's
number
nothing
1.
worse than that. I don't believe that there's nothing worse than that.
Okay, this is a 1.5.
There's a West Coast IPA.
This
that's
is a
like,
1.5.
Okay.
Give
Also,
yourself
I don't
a little
understand.
room.
I don't understand how this is an. Wait, is this an IPA?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm saying there
I
are
was gonna
IPAs.
say,
that
I don't
think
taste
you're
the
not-
grass clippings. It
Would you
just,
Oh, he's going.
there's something vaguely like. I immediately feel it here. No, I have not tasted a single beer that has me feel like I am going to have a reaction to. Like, they've been shit,
You know
but
what?
this is just not good.
Yeah, so I'm going to do you a favor. Okay? I'm going to get
shoot
that
me in
taste
the
out of
head?
your mouth.
Well, you gotta
And you-
finish that before you drink the
You can
non-alcohol.
have yourself
No, yeah, I
You know
will,
what,
I will
I'll-
redecorate your living room for you.
our delicious.
I'll give you a way out. I'll let you drink out of the can.
There you go.
That works.
So we're going to get you a
That's
delicious
That's
IPA,
wonderful.
non-alcoholic.
Never,
just the
never in
haze.
my life did I think I would look forward to this.
This is rated as one of the
Ooh,
best.
right next to the microphone.
Yeah,
You've got
smart.
ASMR going on.
Totally.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you should.
Oh come on.
Right next to me. Oh, there we go.
Oh, you just
Yeah.
you just totally just killed somebody's.
And then we're going to taste it. It's going to be delicious. This is from Sam Adams, and it's a alcoholic beer because it's dry January.
Can you feel the tingle?
Let's taste together, shall we?
I hate my life.
Let me have one of these bad boys. RJ, drink that thing like there's no tomorrow. Shut the fuck
Okay,
up.
this is okay.
Well,
this
finish
is
that and I'll pour it in there.
wait. Here, just,
I've got him covered.
Oh, okay.
I got him covered.
It sounds so great.
You can call me Lord.
This is
Oh, Carlos, why don't you start off while we pour our glasses?
Yeah, no
Go
problem.
ahead. I'm
So,
gonna be a little chivalrous and pour
this is
one.
this is really good.
Is that what that?
Whoa!
really good.
Did you say that was really good?
Yeah, this is really good. Yeah, this
that
is
what that
super
is?
tasty. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't believe you.
I mean, from the Hazy IPAs, this is that's non-alcoholic. This is probably my favorite. I've never had this before.
I'm gonna give it a bit of a compliment.
Just the Haze
Oh,
IPA.
wait, hold on.
Whoa!
Speak into the microphone with that compliment.
When you sample this next to what is effectively cow urine, it's not that bad.
I don't know what he said.
Try this. I'm curious to see.
Find out what I said when he edits this later.
It's not that bad.
Okay.
I would not say it's an IPA, but I would say it's not bad.
Okay. It has some pretty much fruitier notes than a Hazy IPA to me.
Yes.
And it doesn't have that it doesn't have the kick of.
It's not very beery.
All right, RJ and I both agree that
RJ fucking hates
Did
it.
he
so
did he
call it
whisper
now.
something in your ear and you're
there's
saying it for
non-alcohol
him?
beers that we don't think that they should even exist.
Uh-huh.
If you were to say that this did exist,
Which it does, because we're having some.
Are we rating this now?
yeah.
That's closer to a soda, if I'm honest.
Yeah, let's go ahead and rate it. Now, we're not rating it. Oh, let's give it 2 ratings. One against other non-alcoholic beers.
Okay.
And then, how does it rate overall compared to beers?
Yeah. Okay. So, at least for me, like this is really good. So from a non-alcoholic standpoint, and I've had a few now.
I thought they were your favorite. You should have had a lot.
Yes.
No, I'm saying this
This
is
is the best thing ever.
this is
Non-alcohol
this
beer,
is my
like,
favorite.
woo!
This is probably my favorite non-alcoholic beer I've ever had.
Spring break on
Yeah,
totally.
kind of. Just a lot less alcohol.
Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, I give this a 9.8
Whoa!
in the non-alcoholic
Whoa!
in the non-alcoholic realm.
Yes.
Yeah. As a beer,
He speaks
As-
English.
as a beer, I give it a.
He speaks English.
I really don't know what you said.
Don't worry about it.
You'll
Don't worry
find
about
out later.
Yeah, and okay, we'll figure it out in post. From a beer standpoint, in the realm of beers, I give it an 8.5. Because there's some very good beers that
That's high.
it. Snowman and a half compared to all
yeah.
beers. Like there's
Yeah.
This blows away that.
Oh yeah, I'd agree with him on that. That stuff's
Yeah. I like this
Swill.
better.
So if we went out on a cycling trip and
Oh, yeah.
we were hanging out in a hotel room,
Yeah.
you'd be like, I'd rather have that than that.
Excuse me.
yes.
Yeah.
Our producer's going to
great.
lay into
That's
on.
right.
Oh
Yes.
wait, can we get another opinion from the studio audience?
Yes.
Yes.
Whisper in the microphone.
Here.
All right. Let's.
If you can, someone can please.
It reminds me of a Hefeweizen. It doesn't remind me of an IPA. Like if you told me, well, it is a hazy IPA.
Do you need
so
some
it's gonna be a
water?
little lighter.
Are you okay?
I mean, it is.
I need an
it
eye
does
wash
taste
station
like a
also.
hazy. Got it.
What's that?
It does taste like a hazy, but it's flat. Yeah.
Do you want to try
It
the
tastes
horrid
like a
one?
flat hazy. Is that just because it's been in my truck bouncing around, or is it because
There's not much to it.
it's non-alcoholic?
Like I said,
And
it feels closer to a soda.
And so that's what seems to be the trend, right? So every time we try non-alcoholic beer, it seems like they all taste a bit flat. It seems.
I don't taste the alcohol because it's not there.
Very good.
I know.
Very
I'm
good.
I'm very perceptive.
You're
missing the good
you're
stuff.
so close to connoisseur.
I know.
Yeah. All right.
It's pretty damn fruity though.
Yeah, it is really fruity.
If
Exactly.
they put alcohol in it, it'd be a really good beer.
To me, if this had alcohol in it, it would be more of a Hefeweizen than a hazy IPA. It tastes like that, more like that.
Okay, so again, with the rating scale, from a non-alcoholic beer, how is this? And then from a regular beer, what would you give it?
For a non-alcoholic beer, I would give this a 9.
Yeah,
Pretty high.
For a beer, I would give it a 4.5.
okay.
Okay.
It's on the scale.
Jackhammer?
I would say for a non-alcoholic, probably 8.5. That's pretty good. The other non-alcoholics I've had taste like cat piss, and this is
Yeah, this is definitely better.
yeah.
You should put them in the fridge.
As far as all beers go, yeah,
I'm drinking more.
I'll say 4.5 too.
Okay, 4.5 too.
Okay.
Ryan, what's your gauge? Because you have such a
Such a refined palate.
It's
your
just,
palate's
yeah,
amazing.
Yeah,
it's
I know.
incredible.
I'm gonna give it a 7.5.
Okay,
for non-alcoholics.
on both scales.
Or for both scales.
Overall.
On both.
Oh.
Wait, no. Because I do.
All the cool kids are doing it.
Yeah, peer pressure. I'll give it an 8.
Oh, okay.
I'd give it an 8 on both.
Los?
Yeah, I already did mine, but idiot. But it's cool.
It's cool. I'll make you do it again.
Yeah, I'll do
Way
it
to pay
again.
attention.
This is a 9.8 in non-alcoholic, and then from a all beer standpoint, I would give it a 8.5.
Okay, I don't... Yes, you did say that. Okay. I heard the 9.8, but I don't remember you saying the 8.5. That's right.
Oh yeah, the I think that yeah. So there's some, and I usually I used to really or typically tend toward more the IPAs and the hazies and things like that. Like a 10 to me would
Do you think this tastes like a hazy IPA to you?
a lot more than the rationale. Yeah, a lot more than the rationale.
Yeah, but that one was not very good.
No, it was not very good. So so yeah, it's a little bit there.
Can't trust anything he says.
Totally can't trust what
Apparently.
it says.
Watch that one back. He said it was great.
All right, before he digs himself into more of a hole, let's just move on.
Yeah.
So anyways, I think we wrapped that one up pretty good. And we are part of dry January, right? Is that the best description you can say?
Yeah, and you know, again, for my either alcoholics or people that are doing dry January, alcoholics in recovery, you know, cheers to you. Along with that, I just want to mention that drinking significantly
Don't dig
less.
yourself in the
No,
hole.
1 sec. Drinking significantly less than what I used to. I will say that it has really changed my cycling. I now can finish mid-pack in any coffee ride there is. So,
I can vouch for that.
yeah.
Oh, your standards are
ride.
so high.
Yes.
All right. With that said, let's bring up an old topic that has recently become a lot more trendy lately.
Belt drive.
Belt drives. And for the people that tend to blow it off at first, your first thing is like belt drive. Like it's traditionally on paper, it's less slightly, only a few percentage. I don't know exactly the exact amount compared to a chain drive. It's not as efficient.
But it's silent, and you don't
It's
need to
silent.
and it's clean.
It lasts way longer from a maintenance
Maintenance-free.
standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Strength and everything. So I think it does have an application, and we'll go into that a little bit more in a second. So let's talk about it a little bit more. So the reason why I kind of thought about it more is I follow downhill racing, mountain bike racing, pretty close, and I noticed a lot more of the factory teams are switching over to the belt drive. One is there is the company that's
Gates?
Gates is one of the main companies that does belt drives. There's if a company, a team wins with the belt drive, they get an extra $100,000.
Oh,
Nice.
So there's a huge
There's like a
incentive.
bounty on it.
There's a bounty
Yeah.
on it. So I think there's an incentive, but at the same time, I think 90% it would have happened anyway because of the high pivot bikes and all this other stuff. You have this chain line that's starting to get weird, and
Camera goes
downhill, which
halfway
is
up the
just
seat,
so
too.
hard and beats up on your bike so much. I mean, the rear derailleur is just probably one of the most expensive things on your bike, and it's dangling in the most precarious spot, right in the middle of filth and everything next to the cassette. And if you can eliminate that, you know.
So with these belt drives, do they have geared
Yes.
hub?
No, you'd have to do a gearbox of some
A
sort.
gearbox.
So it'd be
okay.
built into the bottom bracket.
Either
Yeah.
okay, so like a pinion.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's not unusual. I mean, the old Honda bike back in the day, that was a gear drive bike.
That one disappeared for like no reason. Didn't it win a bunch of stuff?
It did, but it was only around for like a season or two. It was
they
developed.
never sold it.
No, it was like I think it was a pet project of Honda.
Yeah.
And they signed some of the greatest riders around. And
They're short
they
of
did
budget.
really well. They had the budget. They were really secretive about their gearbox. And then when it was finally revealed, it was basically a normal drivetrain that was condensed into a box in the front.
Yeah, in the bottom bracket.
Yeah. So it wasn't like any kind of a like bevel gears or anything like that. The for most things like road where you want to be as efficient as possible, a gearbox isn't very efficient. It's heavy. It's not very efficient. All the above. So that's why it tends to be avoided. So nowadays, simultaneously e-bikes they should be using it a lot more.
No,
it makes them one of the most.
When I got my e-bike, I was looking around everywhere to see if I could get a belt drive version. And like normally I'm not a fan of one by, but my e-bike is one by because you have the assistance of the motor.
Mm-hmm.
But I really wanted a belt drive, but they were still pretty niche. But I know that's one thing that's becoming more and more common.
Yes. Which now I'm starting to get on board with. At first I was like, I don't really get it. But then it's like, I can't think about it in terms of road cycling traditional because it's not as efficient.
It's got to be commuting city bike. Type
Yeah, because it's not as efficient, all that.
Like if you had a fleet of them, I would definitely want the belt drive. Just from a maintenance perspective.
Yes. Or if you're doing like these big around the world rides and stuff where you want the least amount of...
Oh, like ultra endurance.
Yeah, ultra endurance and things like that. I mean, it's not as efficient and everything, but because if it was just belt drive, it'd be one thing, but usually with a belt drive, that means you have to run a gearbox, so it comes
gets
with the
heavy.
territories. Heavier, less efficient, all the above. So for downhill, it makes sense because I mean, already downhillers are only using like 6 gears. In the
And
back.
hasn't there been? I think it was 2 world championships won without any drive chain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's that too.
Was it Aaron Gwen?
Aaron Gwen won it
Gwen
once,
or
and then
Pop.
yeah.
That was insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Well, no,
awesome.
the chain's completely gone.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
snapped and it's gone. And somebody else did it too, if I recall right. But anyways, the point is there's not a lot of pedaling in downhill.
I wonder
So if it's inefficient,
I wonder if it's better for the suspension kinematics when you have more mass located centrally.
I would
and
think so.
lower, and you don't have the weight of the derailleur flapping off the
Well,
end by the wheel.
the chain's already taking a weird with the high pivot bikes. It's doing this.
Yeah, it
and
goes
it's going
halfway up the
down,
seat tube.
and then because it's making this triangle. Now you're not wrapping the front, so you have to do another pulley this way. So it's doing this weird.
Yeah.
So what is for those that are not in the know, what is the reason for the high pivot?
So
Just
the pivot,
in general.
like motorcycles and everything. If you think about it, if your suspension compresses right, and if it's low where you're pedaling, as your suspension goes like this, your bike becomes shorter.
Okay.
So when the compression's happening the most, your bike is at its shortest, which is the most twitchy and everything. Like your wheelbase becomes shorter,
Got it.
right? So if you put a high pivot up here, or think about it, now your bike got longer.
Got it.
But the problem is as it does that, it's lengthening your chain. So if you have it like this, then your chain it's going to give you pedal kickback. So as you're going through the dirt or rocks or whatever, you're doing these back pedals that you don't want, and you're fighting the suspension.
I've
Yeah.
seen a couple other people with, I think it's called OCP. I think it's an Italian company. They do a chainring spider that actually allows the chainring to
Yes.
rock backward.
So the cranks have this kind of
Exactly.
like a,
So your drivetrain effectively soaks up whatever the difference in the.
So like if you think
chain
about your
length would be.
pause when there's not that many and there's that kind of delay before it engages.
Yeah.
Now there's a big one with
Yeah.
that system.
Oh, cool.
Because it's allowing the suspension to move
Yeah.
and the chain to kind of pull and everything backwards. So if you put the chain line up where the pivot is, then as it goes like that, the pivot's already there, so your chain isn't getting pulled.
Yeah.
But that causes other issues where now you got a pulley up here, but there's only this much of the front chain ring, where the chain's
Yeah,
on, so you
you're
can throw the
engaging.
chain really easy. So you have to, in order to wrap it normal, where it's 3/4 or 2/3,
Now
you
you've got
have to put a
tensioner.
second tensioner here.
An idler.
And now you got like this chain that's doing all the kind of weird
Right.
stuff, So it doesn't really work for anything other than like downhill or like enduro. Some trail bikes have it. I had a trail bike that had it.
Yeah, I remember the thing climbed like crap.
Yeah, I did.
I was so bad at climbing.
Which was it?
I had a Deviant.
The Deviant.
yeah.
It was an awesome bike. That
It
thing-
was great through the hard stuff. The thing is
Yeah.
also too, I think the quality control on that bike wasn't great. So the bearings weren't completely square.
Oh, they weren't parallel.
Oh, that's
So
right.
or
they
horizontal misalignment.
So they would, yeah. So they would get instantly super greedy and notchy,
That's
which
good.
wasn't helping already. Because I think just having the high pivot, just having a one idler gear up there, I don't know if it would really affect it that much. That's my only experience with it, so I don't have a lot to compare it to.
Right.
But yeah, it pedaled horrible.
If you had the opportunity to get another high pivot bike, would you?
Yeah, I think so. For downhill, I don't think I'd ever do it for cross country.
Right.
I don't think where the suspension matters so much, especially it's so exaggerated in a big travel bike, that you want all those little things to be firing.
Yeah, the shorter the travel, the less need there is for the system.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, will belt drive ever have its way into road cycling, do you think?
I think e-bikes, because you're overcoming it with extra outside power, where you're not worrying about its efficiency as much and everything like that.
Where it also would make sense is I know e-mountain bikes. Pinion has a e-bike motor that has the gearbox built into it now.
Okay.
So if you've already got a family of bikes where the entire bottom bracket area of the frame is built around that, it becomes a no-brainer. Because any inefficiency you have is going to be soaked up in that unit. The other thing is you have a couple cool advantages, like you don't need to be pedaling shift. So it
Yeah, that is
makes
cool.
things a little,
Do you remember the old how Ceramic Speed had that?
The driven concept.
Yes, that was so cool.
It never
and
came to market.
I'm
So
so
how
happy it
cool
didn't.
was it?
No, I kind of wish it did. Like I remember waiting.
I have a feeling that they never got it that to the point
No.
where it could be public. Because why didn't they bring it to the public?
It was
I don't
almost
know.
like the bearing company really wanted to sell something that had way more bearings in it.
and it did.
Because it had a prop shaft that every single point where it engaged on the what would be a cassette that was kind of
It was super complicated.
yeah. But the
Yeah.
thing is all the teeth were now horizontal instead of vertical.
Yeah.
Right.
And they were engaged by an individual ceramic bearing made by our pals at Ceramic Speed.
Ceramic Speed. I'm sure they were.
They were
Very
very
cheap.
very
Yeah.
inexpensive.
I'm sure.
And I'm sure we're good in mountain biking where it gets real muddy. And
Oh
stuff,
yeah,
too.
no.
Well,
it
I'm
would've
sure
just-
I'm sure the drive shaft would really respond well to have the shit shaken out of it going down a mountain.
Totally.
It just was. It was a cool looking system for road, and I was
The idea was interesting.
it was, yeah.
All I thought was like, wow, if you went down in a group with that, it's like you had just have a to try and keep flesh out of that would be so hard.
Oh yeah. It looked gnarly.
It looked like a garbage disposal.
Yeah, it really did, and it would have gone through just about anything. So.
Yeah.
But-
So I think it's really interesting where belt drives could go. I think they do have their application. It'd be really interesting to see what happens with e-bikes and downhill bikes and everything. I don't think it'll ever get to the point where it's going to take over road bikes because electronic shifting and the current drive chains have been developed for so many years and everything. I don't know if they'd ever catch up and pass that. There's always going to be the inherent inefficiency compared to a chain.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that, where every little watt counts in road racing.
The other thing you mentioned with the high pivot bikes though is the chain efficiency doesn't matter so much because you've added so many different idler cogs and tensioners and things like that the derailleur system becomes inherently inefficient.
Sure.
So that,
Yeah, because you're putting a clutch, all this
Yeah.
other stuff on it.
yeah.
It's going over 8 wheels to get where it needs to go. It's like kind of ridiculous. Anyways, so it's really interesting to see where this is going. Let's all stay tuned. I think it's an important topic to talk about.
And hopefully next episode's beers aren't so goddamn awful.
You liked this one.
It was fine.
It was
That
compared to
is the worst
everything
so
else.
far.
You thought that was worse than 1.5. I
That's
think
incredible.
we got a new benchmark.
Yeah,
for low.
new low. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Anyways, with that, just like and subscribe. And we'll see
Start
you
a
guys
fight in the comments.
Yes.
Cheers.
We're out here. Cheers. Shut the fuck up, RJ.
Jesus
Damn it,
Christ.
RJ. Just hogging the
You
mic.
just stop for once.
shut the fuck up.
Can you give somebody else a fucking chance?
I know. Stop butting in all the time.